Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tells Podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
and we're live on a Saturday, ready to do some feedback. This is where we talk about all the stuff that you talked about throughout the week, everybody, and we can't wait to get into it. The official weapon of the show is
The taser.
and the unofficial sport,
Football.
a bullet ball extreme. I mean, hopefully this isn't your first show, but you know how we do. We shout out the people that gave us some money. Those are our favorite people in the world. Okay, we appreciate y'all. Just gave us some money, didn't even ask for nothing in return, but we're gonna give you this shout out.
May I have your attention? You are now listening to Charlotte's Own, Rod and Karen. We welcome the good folks who tie to the Black Guy Who Tips.
New day, new cachet. Let's get it. David C, thank you. Jasmine J, Autumn W, James C, Damian R, Latricia C, Bambi, Dr. Professor Bambi, make sure you say it. Unbridled Love, Jason F, Kevin W, our girl Falcon Diva, Derek LW, Ken M, Felicity F, Grace N, Linwood C, Lawrence C, and Zach from Living Corporate Podcast. Thank you for everybody that took the time out to give us that moolah because we love it. Okay,
Thank you.
But maybe you ain't got no money, and that's fine.
That's fine.
We don't discriminate.
Mm-mm.
Some people ain't got it, but they can leave us a 5-star review.
Yep, so you can still put 5 on it.
Cost you nothing but a little bit of time and logging into the Apple Podcast app to do that. And we read them on the air. And I believe we got 3 new ones.
Oh, let's go.
Because I don't remember reading 2 of these, even though it says they came in on the 4th. I don't think we could see them on the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So my fave, best podcast in the game from Fifi So Bifa. I don't know how you spell it. 5 stars. My walking companions. This is from Leatherbag Lady. Bag Lady. Listen to Rod and Karen while on my exercise walks is my jam.
Thank you.
I don't even care if I look crazy laughing out loud as I walk. I was excited to learn that one of my good friends also listens daily. Oh, come on, good friends. Okay, you know what they say? The friends that listen together glisten together.
Oh shit.
Okay, y'all was shining on them. You love to see it. And also you get the ab workout from the laughs.
Mm-hmm.
I will continue to try and spread the word. Thanks for always making my day.
Thank you.
That is always so dope and so cool when people are like, I didn't know, but my friend listens or whatever. Like, cool, man. I'm just glad people out here checking us out. Last one. I got 5 on it.
Ow.
From Saki75, who says update 10 stars.
Ah, shit now.
The original review said, Karen, thank you for this podcast. Rod and Karen, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's some weird things where I think it took the translation of emojis and all that stuff to mess it up. But Karen, thank you for this podcast. Always fun and informative time. Also, the Reading Rainbow and Black Capitalists have become my favorite segments. With love from Brooklyn, Sakina. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's everybody for the 5-star reviews. But thank you. We're so thankful for these 5-star reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
Keep them coming.
We know you don't have
refresh. Yep. And for those of you that's like, I'm not on Apple, you can actually create an Apple account just for us.
Mm-hmm.
And leave us them 5 stars. You ain't got to come all the way over to Apple. You can just create it, even if you don't leave nothing for nobody else. Even though we suggest you leave 5 stars for all your podcasts, but if you like, I'm just coming from Rod and Karen, create you an account real quick and leave us them 5 stars.
And we even appreciate them 5-star refreshes, which is the title of our episode for our last feedback show, which is 2540 5-star refresh. Appia says, I'm glad that the Johnny Amber trial is over. It was everywhere, and his PR team deserves some award. Every day, some accounts that made fun of Amber were suggested to me on Instagram. The joy many people felt in humiliating her was like a witch trial to me.
Right.
I think they had a horrible relationship, and if I never hear anything about it again, I'm absolutely fine with it. Yeah, I think that's the thing for me is like, it just sounds like it was abuse happening in that relationship for sure. I mean, it's documented. it sounds like to me the defamation trial is weird because if the if we're saying she wasn't abused and she made it all up, I think you're fucking crazy. Like, I just think those are the people that sat on the internet, they argued to death, and they came away with it's all a lie. And I'm like, I don't think it's all a lie or whatever. If you want to say that there's stuff that she did to him as well, I agree. There seems to be stuff she did that I've heard, excerpts and listen to vetted news sources because I'm not getting it from memes like a lot of people. But yeah, I'm like, okay, I listen to the New York, the Daily podcast. And they had a breakdown of it too, and they played some of the clips from the Amber Heard, like from the Johnny Depp defense that I hadn't heard before. So that was good to hear because I hadn't heard those, and it was murky to me. Whereas, like, I don't know, it sounds like she's admitting to hitting this man. It sounds like she's admitting to being part of the violence that was happening, whether it was the first thing or whether it was the last thing. You were a part of that. And so, it just sounds like a very toxic couple, no matter how you spin it. And I think when people are involved in that level of a fight, personally, they start feeling like they need to convince the world of their either complete victimhood or their complete innocence or whatever. And that's kind of what I think happened to people. They fully believe that one of them has to be the victim and the other has to be the abuser. And I don't know that that's how that played out. Really Dark Knight says, Karen and husband, I know I haven't written in a minute, but I had to mention how foul Rod is. Right after you answered the question telling us that you are responsible for putting the ads in where you want to put them, here comes a damn ad. Trifling. Daddy gonna get this money, okay? And y'all stop asking about the ads, okay? By the way, the ad jump to another episode happens only on my phone, and it happens on that premium. Since I'm experiencing that, I'm on the premium because your boy had that guap. Hide the money, y'all. Peace. Someone wrote in to our feedback show, or I think it was our girl, the doctor, LaShonda, and she wrote in, that what fixed it for her was logging out of the Spotify account and then logging back in. She said she did this twice and she has not had trouble with the skips since.
Okay.
So I hope that helps somebody that's listening and having that problem. And if you try that and it doesn't work, please write us, the blackoutters at Gmail. We're just trying to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, so we can forward it on to them to let them know. And like, if you see a specific ad that it keeps happening on, like, let us know so we can send them that information so they could help prevent this from happening again.
MD Aria says, so one thing I wanted to add to the complexities of the Heard Depp trial in the U.S. This is something a lawyer friend of mine talked about, and now my third eye started opening, so forgive me if I'm way off base, but here it goes. This trial was a jury trial, meaning regular folks will be judging the outcome of this, versus a bench trial. Judge rules on this, normally someone who has better understanding of what defamation is and isn't. And part of this being a jury trial is that the jury was not sequestered, basically hold off in a room until the trial ended with little or low information of the outside. My friend said for such a high profile case, it wouldn't be weird to sequester a jury to ensure they aren't influenced by the outside. Listen, I know where you're going with this, and I agree. Now, I'm not saying I know anything more than other people, but I did find it weird that a trial that was going to be on TV, which is
so
something,
they didn't separate them and tell them they couldn't do the media and none of that stuff.
They didn't. So sequester doesn't just mean you can't talk to the media. It normally means they funnel away information about the trial and pop culture stuff away from you. Okay. So they want to make sure you're not like watching Fox News talk about Amber Heard that night.
Okay.
But this judge didn't feel the need to do that. So my logic is both you and Karen were, if both you and Karen were still getting hella information and memes about this trial, and y'all were almost actively avoiding it, I can't imagine how badly the algorithm or whatever hit the jury who were literally at the trial. The judges normally tell folks to ignore outside influence and information, and also to not have that influence you. But as we are all human, I could totally see folks leaning one type of way or another through just a few minutes of those memes, or conflating those memes as evidence that they probably heard in the trial too. Now that's all speculative. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm speculating as well. I'm not saying this it happened. It's just I'll put it this way. It seems like it would be a big risk that could happen based on what we know about people and the media.
And you talking about celebrities and shit too.
Right. So my logic is, now that's all speculative, but you know how even the slight news media observers can change people's views on a situation, especially if it's not challenged in their regular media sources. So now I'm thinking, not only was the Daily Wire trying to influence how folks view women who talk about abuse, but also influence this trial by flooding the news cycles with bad press and Amber Heard. I could see them running this again for other high-profile civil cases. Yeah, that's another precedent I think it could possibly be set here. Because a lot of people are going to write this off as just she was a bad woman because they want to like justify the shit that they're saying about her, which is just kind of what people do. It's like how that one person wrote up and said, Wanda Sykes had to be a bad gay black woman because they didn't like something that she said, and it couldn't be anything further from the truth. And so I think in this case, you're going to see people want to act like this doesn't set a precedent, but if I'm a man accused of abuse and I saw what worked for Johnny Depp, whether I'm guilty or innocent,
right?
This seems like the right tactic to take. Like I'm going to just tear this person apart in the media. And if we gotta pay for internet influence type shit, we're gonna do that. We can make this person ridiculed through memes and stuff inorganically, because literally we found out they were paying for propaganda from the Daily Wire, not Johnny Depp, but the Daily Wire was paying for it. I mean, that shit can affect stuff. All right, time to close my third eye. I hope this overly suspicious randings made some sort of sense. I'm saying this concentrated effect to tar and feather her for basic shit while allowing horrible shit that Depp said on trial as cutesy. Oh, Depp, what a silly goof you are type shit. Slide is wild. And I lost a lot of respect for folks who I thought were progressive and woke and understood when a media narrative was too simplistic and required nuance to actually examine the situation.
Right.
Yep. Black Widow when I wanna, right, saying. The sympathy for AH. Now I'm noting this on purpose because I think y'all gonna hear what I have to say about this, and I want y'all I wonder if y'all pick up on this too. The sympathy for AH is just folks who let white tears influence them. She was caught numerous times lying. She doctored and staged photos, and sold info to / tipped off the media to make their home dysfunction public info. It isn't about whether abuse occurred, but whether she went out of her way to make that man look like a monster in the public eye. Which that's wild to me, that because that's literally the trial she won in the UK. Is like it's the same trial. So how did she even win it there? If this is so far-fetched and so crazy, she's such an easily discovered manipulative liar.
Right.
It's like, because what happens is they start to yada 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 the abuse. It's not if abuse happened. Well, actually,
what's the point of the case then?
Right. It is if abuse happened, because the point about the lawsuit was that you defamed me by telling people I abused you. So if abuse happened, it is extremely at the heart of this. Is fundamental to the case,
right?
So if you're gonna say abuse didn't happen, that's one thing, but to say yeah it happened but it's not a big deal, why are we making a big deal out of it? That is pathological to me. She has a history of documented abusive and manipulative behavior, and the trial put the spotlight on that, and is why I think she lost. Yes, she got some coin for what the lawyer insinuated, but Johnny never purposely called John. She calls her AH, calls him Johnny. Johnny never purposely called TMZ and fed them into info to defame her. How would you know that? how we know for sure what they did with the info? Like, because TMZ did have info that, and so did the Daily Wire, that they had things that defamed Amber Heard, quote unquote, in the press. Where did they get their info? They just organically found it somehow, but it wasn't Johnny or his team or his lawyers. This trial doesn't set back those who are abused and tell their stories without naming names. Oh, okay, cool. Well, as long as you say so.
Yes, it does.
And it says back old Carol Bryant as liars like AH. They can no longer get away with white lies soaked in white tears and be seen as victims. So this was an interesting comment, because I almost didn't read this shit on the show because it just seems so, I don't know, blatantly like a person that's been arguing about this online a lot.
Correct.
The AH abbreviation for Amber Heard, the familiar Johnny for Johnny Depp, the statement of stuff is fact that we don't necessarily know is fact. And then this idea that like yada yada yada, if he was abusive or not, is wow to me. But we never did this on the show, and we didn't even get into this trial kind of for these purposes, because I don't want to, when I see the people that are involved in this constant discussion and feeling like they need to defend one side and blame the other side, and they're completely involved in the like to the point where you're using abbreviations for their names and shit, that feels so weird to me. I can't really respect it. So I almost didn't read it because I didn't want to just come off on some like disrespectful shit. Because I'm like, you took the time to listen to our show, you took the time to want to know our opinion, but man, this is just this is like the kind of comment that gets left for some other show that does all this like stuff with this trial. We didn't.
No, we didn't. And you're also writing us, but you're not talking to us, if that makes sense. Because you're writing for somebody that's not here. Write for the internet. Go talk to the people that you've been arguing with online all day. Because the thing is, because me and Roger discussed this, that the thing is, this whole thing was framed as your mind was already made up. So if your mind is already made up, what's the point of the conversation?
Mm-hmm.
And also, nobody was caping for white woman tears.
Yeah, that's also a weird thing because it definitely implies that we were taken in by her white woman tears. I didn't watch not a second of this fucking trial.
Not
man.
a motherfucking second.
I don't know if she was in there crying or not. The only time I heard about crying was when the Daily covered it after the trial, and that was after we had already talked about this on the show. So Amber Heard crying or not crying is not something that moves me. I think that's just another, it's like that whole Wanda Sykes thing. It's just, here's a way for me to discount your opinion and act like you saw a white woman crying and you just couldn't handle it, so you had to do that. Well, that's not me barking up the wrong tree, and I'm securing myself, so I ain't even gonna fight you about it. If that's what you think happened, then that's cool, but that's not what happened for me. I just really think it's very telling when the Daily Wire is fucking spending money to make sure you hate this woman. It's very telling when the people that hate quote unquote woke mob and blah 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 are telling you that this is a victory. It's very telling when you're yada yada yadaing Johnny Depp's abuse and calling him Johnny and calling this woman AH. Those are just weird things to me. I think it's weirdo behavior. Lakita says, per the poll, so we had a poll, and it was, do y'all follow Queen Elizabeth? Lakita says, per the poll, I follow Queen Elizabeth so little that when I heard Prince Philip was sick, I said, who? But I kind of understand the fascination with royalty, especially when it's so foreign to Americans. Is it though? I kind of feel like with the presidential people coming from like 7 families, it's like, anyway. Yes. Do y'all follow Queen Elizabeth? Yes or no? 3% said yes in our audience. 97% say no, which I mean feels about right.
Because we Americans, you know how we do. We don't give a fuck about what happened nowhere else but here.
Now Spotify, It went from 3% to 9% yes.
Oh,
And that's because I
shit
would
now.
imagine them people got money.
Where the money reside, where the
Some of
money
them-
reside, where the money
They
reside.
might be related to royalty. They probably across the pond. They done traveled overseas. You know what I'm saying? So like for
Got some
them,
trust funds.
they like, oh, you talking about Lizzie from down the street? You know, it's different for them.
Mhm.
But 91% still said no. Thank you for listening was our comment. People did reply. I'm so glad. Sakina says, I'm so glad I found y'all. I originally heard you with For All Nerds a while back. Then I got into your recaps, which are great. I was listening to recaps for shows I don't even watch. Great work. Thank you. Ernest says, I came for the ninja shit. More katana ratchetness, please. Chrissy says, thank you for providing great content. Philip says, I don't have the episode skipping problem, but around 40 minutes when the ad comes on at the end of the ad, your podcast ends and I have to play it again and lost my place. I pay for Spotify also. That is the skipping problem. That's the one we're talking about, Philip. So thank you. Choco Bean says, thank you for supplying the goods. Aaron says, thank you for podcasting. Miss Barnes says, you're welcome. Carly says, no, thank you for the podcast. Raphael says, thank you, HBO's on Ride and Professor Karen, for making me laugh my way into a better human and save this NG dude from Arby's. I check on Liz and hoping she will return that what her family stole. I'm nosy too. Yeah, they do got all the money from this colonization. Introvert M says, I read this poll question with stank face. T Sterling says, thank you for consistently awesome content. Y'all make my work day so much easier. James says, you're welcome. Tia says, love the show. Been listening since LCC and I'm hooked. Lovecraft Country. Yes. Rest in peace, Lovecraft Country.
All right.
Nelson says, you're welcome. Been a fan of your show a long time. I love the growth. Thank you. Oh man, I should thank y'all every week for listening. Those are some very kind comments.
I know.
Next episode was 2541. Dr. Umar getting the white digits. We had 3 comments. Apia says the concept of racist food is very confusing. And this comes from someone who lives in Germany and live 95% vegetarian. No worse for me. The stereotypical foods are something that exists everywhere in the world and is used by capitalism. Apia, that's how I feel about it too. Honestly, I don't really know. It would take a lot for me to be like, this is problematic, you know? Yeah. And or maybe it doesn't feel like a lot to other people, but like watermelon salad to celebrate Juneteenth is not gonna, it doesn't register to my like maybe as a joke, I laugh about it or something, but like it don't register to my like, we need to like write a letter to somebody level. It's just not, it's not even annoying to me, honestly.
And I think particularly for the people that get mad here, racism, specifically American racism, is a lot of Black people have insecurities about that. And so every time it's like they have these insecurities. So anything that they say we do is like, it's a constant fight back against it. When it's like, everybody actually love chicken. Everybody actually love watermelon. Like, these are actually fucking delicious ass foods. But for some reason they got pinned on us. So we carry that insecurity and just, but I know. And you're like, I don't care. Food is food.
Yeah. I think also like, I've done a lot of work internally and I'm going to be doing this for the whole life, but to just divest from the insecurity that America has tried to put into me for being Black.
Correct.
I truly do think we are the most American story. As far as the story that America lies to itself and says what America is, we are what they say this nation is about. You know what I mean? Like the whole, like, oh, it's a story of people that came over here from nothing and built themselves up through generations of hard work. You know what I mean? Like coming over as slaves and having everything taken from you and then having to fucking build something out of nothing while the whole fucking system fought against you every step of the goddamn way, even to this motherfucking day. You mean like that? Like celebrating and joy even in the throes of fucking the gallows of death? Like, That's what the fuck we do as a fucking brand, as a label, as a unit, as a record company. Like, that's what the fuck we do. Black TM is that. That is the cultural force that still is here, still standing after everything has been turned against it. Unlike you greedy motherfuckers that brought us over here, unlike you greedy motherfuckers that essentially stole this land from the people who lived here, then stole them, then reneged on the heist like the Joker when you motherfucking got over here, turned over to England and said, actually, we're gonna keep it now. We didn't know it was this much over here. Like, y'all motherfuckers are the liars. Y'all aren't. When you're writing this every man is equal ass shit in your constitution, that wasn't about us. That wasn't for us. But guess who made it a real truth? Us. It was our struggle and our fight that made everything in that constitution have to become true. And still fighting to this day, fighting y'all to keep from taking us back from the promises that have been foretold and supposed to be made. We are the ones that are constantly holding your motherfucking feet to the fire. So I don't have the insecurity about me that makes me watch a movie about slavery and feel ashamed, right, or feel like I shouldn't watch this because this means something bad about me, or Hollywood shouldn't make this. I don't have that in me anymore. I don't have when I see someone else doing hip hop, I get upset. I don't. They should want to be like us. We're the shit. They should want to do our slang. They should want to do our hair. They should want to do all of it. And no, they might not be able to partake in the downside of it. They don't have to deal with the negativity and the stereotypes. Right. But honestly, they never were going to. And there's nothing they'll ever do that'll make them participate in the things that are targeted against us, because these motherfuckers keep coming straight to us to try to hold us down. Yes. Maybe they'll stand with us. Maybe they won't. But that's not the job of culture. Like, culture does make people, humanizes people. It helps communicate people. But also, we are the culture of cool. And we run this motherfucking globe with that shit. Everybody, when they get exposed to our culture, bows down to it. It is the number one export of America. It's our culture, our shit. It's in the movies, it's in the music, it's in the fucking the fashion. It is us. So I don't feel the insecurity that goes, why would they make fried chicken on February? They should make fried chicken in fucking February, nigga. That's what the fuck it's about. I don't ask why they make tacos when it's fucking Cinco de Mayo. I don't ask why they have different Asian foods for AAPI month. I don't ask that shit. Like, I expect it. So no, our black culture is culture. Either we believe that or we don't. Right. I truly believe that. So I won't be hemming and hawing about a fucking watermelon salad, because ain't nothing, unless they got a fucking pickaninny on the front of some shit, or they some type of caricature, blackface or some shit. Yeah, then I'm good. I like watermelon and I'm black. And you know who else likes watermelon? Chicken. Every fucking body. You know who else likes chicken? Every fucking body, because it's dope. Nobody say that shit about egg rolls. Like, when it's AAPI month, we don't be like, why they got egg rolls? Don't nobody want this. We be like, yes, nigga, egg rolls. This is a dope shit that they created. All right. Off of it. But
I feel you though. Like I said, and that's the thing that's very frustrating to me, because like I say last time, it's like people don't really know what they want, because it's like you complain, it get taken off, and then you be like, well, why you not celebrating? It was like, well, we don't really know what to do, because anything we do, everybody up in fucking arms, where it's like, well, you get nothing, and
because it's our insecurity. Yes. It's not about them. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be upfront and not even him and haw. It's not about being angry about white people to me. I want Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck? Put her on there. That's fine. If it can't be Harriet, put somebody else on there then. Put some black people on the motherfucking money, nigga. Like, we the fucking money in America anyway. We've been the goddamn product for the whole damn time. It's about time. Yes, I want a black president. I want Juneteenth ice cream. I want all that shit. Give it up.
Mm-hmm. I want the mattress sales. I want the car deals. Come on, treat us like you do any other holiday.
Yeah, I'm not reneging on this shit, dog. Nope. I said what I said. I meant what I said, and I'll let these niggas be mad. But that's for them and their therapist to work out, man. Like, oh, we should have kept this. I saw this shit on Twitter where people were saying, like, a couple people, we should have kept this just a Texas holiday. First of all, nigga, where the ancestors of them Texas people go? all the black people in Texas. 2, other people celebrate Juneteenth, right? Before you found out about it 3 weeks ago after George Floyd died or whatever, other people been celebrating Juneteenth over the country. Is not just only in Texas.
Right.
People got family in Texas. People also, it's a black celebration because we're celebrating the last people to find out. Right? So you got that part of it, that which is very weird. 2, you can't keep culture insulated like that. It's gonna be out there, and black people deserve to have a fucking day recognized. Because the other thing you do is be like, well, how come they got this day off and black people can't never get no day? Well, we got the fucking day, nigga. Now that's what it is now. Hopefully you're still getting that day, and they didn't take that shit back while you was hemming and hawing.
Come on, because a lot of companies did it for that 1 year, and then was like, nope, bitches, do a floating holiday, a PTO, but we ain't giving it to you no more.
And I also hate the framing of look what they did instead of giving us reparations. Nigga, we want that too. We want it all. I want the day off. And there ain't nobody that was fighting for reparations stop because they got the day off.
Come on.
So go ahead with that bullshit. Stop trying. Everybody want to just try to be snarky, but that's our insecurity talking. We are owed, and this is part of the payment. And yes, some of it's gonna be surface level bullshit, but so is every holiday.
Right.
I saw somebody say, until we have a discussion about racism, I don't think we should take Juneteenth off. Nigga, I'm not waiting another 400 years to talk about this shit. What? And what is a discussion? What's that gonna do? With who? Who decides when it's good enough?
Pay me not to come
Give me my
work,
motherfucking
bitch.
day off, nigga. You know what? I'll be barbecuing and y'all go discuss it.
Right. You go into work today then.
You don't like it? Go your black ass into work. Stop fucking up the party for everybody else. People been fighting for this motherfucking holiday for damn near a century. And you sitting there, now this being recognized. I mean, who asked for this? Well, apparently not your new black ass. The rest of us been wanting the day off. Calm down. Damn.
Yeah, and June says it the right. A lot of these, they be so woke and be fighting against shit. They are actually pro
banning CRT.
Yeah, they are. CRT will end up getting bad because you got white people that don't want it, and you got niggas that don't want to talk about it with their own personal insecurities. When them two groups get together, that's a massive ass group. Anyway, and so that the end result is people just banning shit because of like, well, that's not what you really wanted, but that's what you're gonna get because you're basically saying the same thing they say. You don't want to talk about it. Right. You don't want to discuss it. You don't want to bring it up. Everything scares you. Everything that happens around this particular topic triggers you, which I understand. But you are going to have to learn how to work through the emotions. And that's the thing. We live in a society now where anything that makes me feel anything, I want to cut that shit off. If it ain't happy all the time, fuck it. Life doesn't function like that. It just does not function like that. You have to learn how to deal with all these ranges of emotion. That's a part of becoming an adult. The same thing that you tell your children all the time is, hey, you're going to feel these emotions, work your way through it, breathe, count to 10, whatever the fuck you got to do. But grown ass people act like the second something happens that they don't like, they just want to shut shit down in the conversation and not want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't like this shit's just weird, man. Lakita writes in on the topic of DL and Mo. I know as elder blacks, they've both said or done some problematic things, but I've still held respect for both. However, Monique has been on some other shit for a minute. At least I can witness DL's growth, and it takes a big person to publicly admit your missteps and apologize. I can fuck with that. I can't root for Mo right now, who publicizes all her grievances, but has yet to recognize that she's the common denominator. And Sydney, it's sad to see. Like DL, I hope she seeks out some inner work. It's never too late to learn and grow. Also, Corey Holcomb, no, he ain't shit. Bonnet, hashtag Bonnet Life, hashtag fuck Kevin Samuels. Yeah, the Corey Holcomb video was so Corey Holcomb.
I think you played the audio for me, yeah.
On the 5150, I mean, you knew how he was going to handle it. Mm-hmm. What was interesting is that as disrespectful as he was to Sydney and Monique, way more disrespectful to anything DL Hughley's ever said about her. I saw an interview with her and Sydney got asked about it, and she said she had no problem with Corey. Matter of fact, Sydney complimented him and said he's a warrior and we need people like him in the fight. So don't tell me how many times you gonna move the goalpost, sis? It ain't about that. And I really appreciate what you said about Lakita, because I've kind of been like wary of saying it, a little bit, but I don't play the gender role games. I hate the gender wars thing.
It's bullshit.
I love my sisters. I love my brothers. I love non-binary people. I love black people, period. And when people start seeing that this fighting shit is, and I don't think it's equal. I do think men and patriarchy is worse, period.
Mhm.
But when people see you can't fight this shit with the same shit, it's not because it's not gonna work. Not because it doesn't feel good. It's gonna make you feel powerful, but the same way that shit isn't real power for those men that believe in that patriarchal bullshit. Having equal and opposite towards men isn't that. But the thing with DL Hughley that I appreciate is that he has grown. He's been very open about growth, very open about where he gets it wrong. He actually listens to criticism. And yeah, he got his opinions that I don't agree with. But honestly, they just his fucking opinions. And it's not the same as him. Like I don't think I think the issue for a lot of people is like he's not gonna pander and he's not gonna be 100% with you in everything that you agree with. And I think that's everybody.
Right.
Except for people that do pander, almost everybody has some shit where you're like, I don't really fuck with them on this one.
Agreed.
And I think there's something refreshingly raw and honest about people that do that out loud and let people judge them.
Yeah.
Because I
be
think
like, y'all deal with the aftermath, not my problem.
There's a lot of people at this point that are so afraid to be human because we punish humanity so harshly.
Yes, we do.
And honestly, it made me feel ashamed to see that clip with DL Hughley talking about his daughter. It made me ashamed to see it again because the first time I saw it, I remember feeling like he was the problem. And that was definitely because I let people around me tell me that, yeah, see, ain't this proof that he ain't shit? And I was like, yeah, he ain't shit. And now looking at it in the clear sunlight, I was like, I was not just, did I not understand? I was wrong. I was saying the opposite of what he's saying.
Correct.
He's doing the thing I support.
Right, because they purposely put it out of context and floated it out.
Yeah, but
right.
He's doing, and I still take responsibility because I should be better than that. I should be able to see that. That's what the fuck I do. I'm smart. I can judge for myself. I don't need someone to tell me how to think. I should have been better than that. And if I wasn't better than that, because I don't remember exactly what I said, but I must have at least been timid in it. Like, I don't want to say what this looks like to me, which is a man taking responsibility and saying something very supportive. That wasn't a gotcha moment. And I treated it as such. At least that's how I remember it. And if I didn't treat it as such, I definitely let people treat it as such.
Mm-hmm.
But there's other moments he's been terrible that are totally fair game to be like, I don't fuck with this nigga. And still to this day, I would not say he's a dude that I really support like that or fuck with like that, because even though he's not as bad as Monique, he's still prone to, like, you be like, I love me some DL Hughley, and then Friday he be saying it's okay to call trans people's names and shit on stage. That's not disrespectful at all. That's cool. That's just comedy. You know what I mean? Like, the stuff, I don't know how, because I don't follow him that tight. I don't know how much he's made any level of amends or recognition into the stuff he said with the Don Imus nappy headed hoes joke. I don't know how much he's made amends with the stuff he said about the dude from Scandal. God, I can't remember his name.
Short.
Yeah, Columbus Short. And that I thought what he said was it was almost unforgivable what he said about Columbus Short assaulting his wife. So yeah, he got his ways, and I'm not saying this to endorse him, but I can admit when it's like, well, that person seems to be working on their shit, and this other person that don't.
Right.
And this other person seems to be getting worse, and I'm hopping off the train now. Y'all can keep riding if it make you feel, because people get so committed to once I said this, so then they gotta ride it out to the end. I'm not that arrogant.
Me either.
Like, I
can let it go.
And y'all,
let it go.
And y'all know I love being right. Y'all know that's my jam. Gets me up in the morning. But sometimes your boy get it wrong, and I'm not holding on to being wrong. So yeah, good luck to both of them. Still, I don't wish them no ill will as black people and shit. But like, I don't know how you looked at what Mo did and just feel like that's okay. You let it get that far. And let's be honest, if you this far down the rabbit hole, it ain't about no damn contract no more. That's for damn sure. Very I think this is very K. I really hope I say this. I'm probably saying it wrong, like Baroque or something. Anyway, it's happened. A sword ratchet story in my hometown of Oxnard. I think Oxnard or Ventura may have appeared in the segment before. Not sure. I was distracted listening, but knew something was familiar when I heard Rod talking about northbound 101 and Victoria, and I had to rewind.
You're like, oh shit, I know them streets.
Sword violence touches us all, doesn't it?
I declare it does.
What's sad is that you can't even remember if it's been on there before. That's how often it's happening.
Right.
And we don't make a big enough deal out of it like a school shooting. So, you know, we can't even get like the news coverage.
Mm-mm.
Did Monique go too far for you? Yes or no?
Yes.
94% of people say yes. 6% say no. Still holding out. I hear you. And that's clearly the wrong one I clicked on. Okay, and then let's see what the Spotify people said because they got money. Oh, the exact same results: 94 and 6. 94% yes, 6% no. And the episode quote was "Alligator snipers, y'all." Ernest says, "See you later, alligator." And then he put the emojis like putting on the shades.
Hilarious.
What type of experience do you need to have that type of position? Yes, alligator sniper. I feel like that's a division in Florida.
It gotta be a special ops unit because everybody don't go in going alligator killers, alligator snipers.
Honestly, I want a TV show based off this.
Oh, that should be flames.
Alligator sniper unit.
Mm-hmm.
SWAT alligator sniper unit. Florida alligator snipers. That would be dope. We got another case coming in. What happened? A child fell down a well surrounded by alligators. Get my gun.
Yes.
You sure that 50 caliber gonna be enough? I gotta go in. I'm out of bullets. Hand me your Bowie knife. Wow, this is the most Florida thing ever to Florida. Raphael says, y'all did the spokesperson for the far right in Spain sound like Busta Rhymes complaining about masks preventing men from being able to see the smile. Similar energy, I say. Kylane says, I can imagine the job requirements to snipe alligators being to have over 100 hours in duck hunt at a certificate in herpetology. That's hilarious. Jane says, did the snipers wear alligator boots while shooting at them gators? That would make sense. They were, you know, they
have alligator wallets.
They division got all leather.
You know they come with alligator coats, gloves.
Right.
They is ready for them gators.
They the leader of the SWAT team is a pimp. Wearing nothing but alligators all to the ground. The next episode was Super Vocalic, where we had the host and of the crossword show, Zach Sherwin,
which
fun. I fucked up the show notes just now. I realized I put his name in the wrong place. That's why my brain went crazy just now.
Oh shit. You'll correct it while you're talking.
Yeah. Joined by Zach Sherwin. That would help. How did that happen? Host of the comment. Okay. All right. And now I need to save it. All right, cool. And that means I need to change it on. That means I would probably need to change it on Anchor.
Mm-hmm. Well, no problem. You good. It happens to us all.
Karen, I never make mistakes. Okay, I just said that to sound cool when I talked about D.L. Hughley, but I'm actually perfect. All right. Super Vocalic was the episode. We got 2 comments. Evie says, I love epic rap battles of history. I used to watch religiously. Gandhi versus Martin Luther King featuring Key and Peele was one of my favorites. I thought that series ended, but I will indeed check it out again. Stella says, Rod and Karen are some of the best interviewers in the game. You do long form interviews and it's never a dull moment. You have guests that I may not typically be interested in, but I always enjoy and learn from each guest interview. This one was no exception. Zach was funny, and I love the flow and the tangents that were brought up like knockoff toys. Keep up the great work. I love you guys. Oh, thanks, Stella.
Thank you.
And
It was fun.
we take a lot of pride in our interviews and stuff. I actually do a lot of prep for these fucking interviews, guys. But also try to let it flow and go where it goes. The interesting thing is, like, first time people be on a show, typically that interview can be like a longer interview. And as of yet, we haven't really got any complaints. We haven't got anybody that like tried to get out of here too early unless it's like a scheduling thing,
because it's like a normal conversation, but they really are being interviewed. But because it's so casual, a lot of times they don't really even see it as an interview.
So it's so fun to do those
because it's not your standard back and forth,
and it does change the show, and I hope people are okay with that. I honestly used to do an interview show, Medium Talk, and it's behind our paywall for premium people, but the reason I stopped is because I was like, we can just do it on the regular show. And I honestly, it took a lot of me getting over my insecurity and becoming comfortable with, like, hey, the audience is going to get an interview today. Some people will skip it. Some people won't. If they do listen, hopefully they have a good time and they learn about somebody and they learn a little bit about us. And next time that person's on the show and we do a more typical style show, they'll be like, oh yeah, I like this person because they talked to them before. All right. Have you ever heard of epic rap battles? Yes or no? 61% yes, 39% no, meaning we put 39% of our audience on to epic rap battles. And I'm glad to spread the word. And it's even bigger on Spotify, where 51% say yes, 49% say no. So boom, y'all can go spend y'all money there now. It's business. It's business time. That was the quote of the episode. Ernest says,
my song.
Ernest says, unrelated, but I used to live in Boston. When I heard the word spigometer, it was spigmometer. I forget how to say it. I'm sorry. I realized that I had heard MC Mr. Napkins live. Small world. Wow. Langston says, Karen, when you said you're a Hufflepuff, it made so much sense. Go and get them yellow robes. I remember taking the Pottermore quiz and they put me in Slytherin. Rod, do you know your house? I've never taken the quiz.
Yeah, I've never taken the quiz, but like I said, I started reading the books, and just from reading the books, I was like, oh, this sounds just like me.
I don't know.
I was like, they got all my characteristics.
I'll tell you what, I'll take it after the show and see if I can figure it out. I don't know. I'm probably gonna end up. I just hope I don't end up in Slytherin. I know some people like being Slytherin, but I'm trying to defeat the evil inside of me rather than give into it. Renee Leslie says, "You down to your business socks? Oh, you know what time it is when it's down to my business socks." Shout out to Flight of Conchords.
Great show.
And the last episode of the week was You Down with OPPP? With our girl Nick Jew.
Yeah, Nick the Jew.
Nicoletta Jewishington.
Yes, Nick the Jew.
From What's the Tea podcast. We got some comments. Miss Barnes says, it's always a great time with Nick Jew. Y'all are going to make me dust off my DVD player and watch Chasing A again. Go, you can never watch too much. R.D. Miller says, Roderick Morrow. Now you know food don't slap. And Nick Jew don't play like that. When you said it right in front of Nick Jew's face, I thought, oh, you in trouble. I know, I felt it too. I was like, oh, Lord, no. I can't believe that happened. Y'all ever have that happen? Because I'm a person that my anxiety replays mistakes to slap my brain around sometimes. And I'm getting better about not doing it. But y'all ever have this thing where, like, or I don't know if you have it, Karen, but you this thing where it's like, I don't want to do something so bad that it's all I think about, and then I fuck up and do it. Like, I don't have a problem with it normally. Like, I'm pretty good about never saying food slaps. But then when you're thinking about it and you're not trying to fuck up, it's like, that's when you fuck up. I think that might have been what happened. So fun when Nick Jew was on the show. Keep being great. So happy for both of your successes. Thank you.
Mhm.
EV says, welcome back to the show, Nick Jew. I don't know why the story about the uncle punching his 7-year-old nephew made me laugh and laugh.
That's a hot
It just sounded so ridiculous. Like
right?
it was a sketch on a TV show. Right. And I think the sad part, I mean, it's obviously toxic masculinity, everything you can think of. But the sad part is that so many of us are like, yeah, I mean, I can see that happening though. Like, we're not saying it's okay. But all of us was like, I mean, niggas do get heated over some NCAA football or whatever the game is.
Yeah, he looked at that man and said, "Get up off these sticks," and that he couldn't take no more.
He didn't know. The poor baby.
Right, poor baby, didn't he see it coming?
The poll was the Burger King Pride promotion, yay or nay?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
75% of the audience say yay, 25% say nay. And it was much, much closer on the Spotify app. 53% say yay, 47% say nay. They are not down with that shit. Okay. And the Q&A was Jack Harlow has loved black women his whole life. Chris Chacon says the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Chrissy says not related, but I'm only 28 and I was able to get my 4th shot at the urgent care. The nurse was a little hesitant at first, but reason she was just gonna throw it out in a few weeks. So why not? Listen, I want it. I want it.
I'm a boy in that remix.
But listen, I will say when they say August, the Omicron dropping, that new shit. I don't know, dog. I might can hold out. I mean, what we June? We June right now. We ain't that far from it. I'm just saying. I think I can do it, y'all. Okay, new shit. It's dropping. I don't know what that means, but new shit is dropping.
I got the wrong horn.
Yeah, that wasn't the right one.
Oh man, was short of breath.
Yeah. That was terrible.
He was like, wait a minute, y'all didn't damn it.
Yeah. That's not what I wanted to do. But oh wait, is this it? Yeah, new shit. New vaccine dropping.
Remix, new shit.
I'm gonna be the first one in line.
Come on
down to CVS.
Come on.
New shit, CVS.
Fight against that coronavirus, virus.
Walgreens. Come on down to the pharmacy.
Got that new Omicron. Get that vaccine.
Miss Bond says, I thought this dude singing like Michael Bublé or something. He had no idea he was a rapper. Oh, from just looking at Jack Harlow.
Ain't that to do it? I fucked up on TV the other day or somebody else.
It was you. It was him. Karen tanked this. I sent it in the Hot Fire Starter podcast, which y'all can hear it at the end of the episode. But we were watching the NBA playoffs and they had some type of crossover with Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow likes to play basketball. I think he's supposed to star in the new White Men Can't Jump remake they're doing or something, or sequel or whatever. And Karen was like, saw the commercial and was like, oh, that's Moses Malone. And I said,
Roger was like, no.
No. She was like, and I said, no, that's she said, who is it then? I said, that's Jack Harlow. And she was like, oh, because that's right, Moses Malone has all them face tattoos.
Yes.
And I said, that's Post Malone.
Oh shit, I got the last name right.
Moses Malone is a black former NBA player.
I was way off. I just knew it was a Malone in there somewhere.
Good God.
I was like, Malone was like, no, Karen, no.
Didn't even try.
I was stuck on Malone.
Did not even try. Rest in peace, Moses Malone.
Oh, he with us no more. My bad, Moses.
I guess he tried to lead your tank through the promised land.
he tried.
All right, back to these. Raphael says, I got no choice now to check out Jack Harlow. I did not know him until a few weeks ago. I keep seeing his name trending. His music better be good. I'm gonna start or I'm gonna start nothing. Yeah, I haven't even listened to his music, man. I don't know. I've heard bad things. I don't know. But at the same time, like I will check it out probably because I don't be trusting Twitter music criticism. It's social media. Most honestly, music criticism just not my thing. I don't be agreeing with these niggas, and if they think I'm whack, fine. I think you whack. Now what we gonna do? Have a whack off? No. Now we both jacking each other off, and that's not what I said. Tiffany says, obviously, what's not to love? LOL. Right? Like it should be a shame for these motherfuckers is to haven't loved black women their whole life. Carrie says, so have I. What that nigga want? A cookie? Random thought on the poll. What if the point was to have the servers ask the customers tops or bottoms? Oh, for the Black Burger King Pride. Well, they don't got no waiter. They don't got no servers. Nelson says, okay, have fun, play safe, keep it pushing. And BGRS says, now that I know he's from Louisville, I understand. Right. That makes sense. Louisville's very black. All right. We got no voicemails this week. Haven't got one since the 20th of May, which is fine. No problem. No pressure.
Yeah, but the phone lines are still open.
Just remember, the phone line's open and you got 60 seconds and it's gonna cut you off. All right, let's get to the emails. Man, we're moving briskly along this episode. We got a few emails this week and nothing in the physical mail. So
not this week.
Let's see. D Brown says Karen's Juneteenth sales wish. Hey, Rod and Karen, it's official. Juneteenth is a real American holiday. I got this email from JC Penny while I was listening to the feedback episode. It's a Juneteenth sale, freedom, progress, respect. On a serious note, I'm so glad that I took that TWIB recommendation on y'all's podcast. Shout out to This Week in Blackness. Ooh, you go way back, D. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I would have dealt with these past years without your insight and nuance. Can't wait to see what Karen has in the works. Best regards, Doug B. Oh, here is the JC Penney screenshot. I can show it to y'all if y'all want to see it. They took the time. They didn't go get them generic models and just slap a shirt on.
Come on through, JC Penny.
JC Pennies, as is the African American tradition.
You know it's JC Pennies. That's what my mom and them call them. JC Pennies.
JC Pennies, freedom, progress, respect, celebrate Juneteenth with apparel and accessories from the Hope and Wonder collection.
We put S on everything.
A whole black family in there.
Oh, adorable.
Giving 100% of net profits back, they say.
This is what I'm talking about. This is part of the holiday too, y'all. Like, if we gonna do it, let's do it. And that's not half-assed because of our own insecurities.
Opal's Walk for Freedom. 100% of net profits from the 2022 JCPenney Hope and Wonder Juneteenth collection will be donated to Unity Unlimited, sponsor of Opal's Walk for Freedom, honoring Juneteenth National Independence Day.
Let's go, JCPenney's.
Yeah, this is dope. Starting at $5. Hope and Wonder apparel for the family. Hello, you love to see it. Okay.
Come on, people can put 5 on it.
Mary writes in. Let me move this thing a little bit. Boom. Hey, Rod and Karen. I wanted to comment on the conversation following Juneteenth Walmart ice cream debacle about food representing culture and how that can be an embarrassment for black people about that. For the most part, I followed the conversation as an observer because I'm not black. But then the other day, as you like to do, Rod, you posted a food photo on social media. This time it was a bowl of pho with some chopsticks. And for some reason, I got nostalgic and sentimental. My family came here to the U.S. from the Philippines when I was 2 years old. And in grade school, I was the only brown kid. I already stuck out. But boy, come lunchtime, well, I was the kid with the weird lunch.
I heard a lot of people. Like, I've never experienced that, but I just talking to people that's adults and with...
You never experienced that?
No.
Okay, because I remember going to lunch and you had the hog maws and chitlins.
That is not
brown paper bag.
That is not a true statement.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean
no. But this is a thing for a lot of people where they go to school and they was like, oh, all the foods that I got picked on all the fuzz and all the sandwiches and the bimmy bops and all that shit. They was like, yeah, now y'all charging $50 for something that years ago I was picked on as a kid. Same thing with oxtail. A lot of our foods, they take it, fancy it up, and charge 18 times the price. And when you and then all it does is cause it to go up everywhere else. But it's one of the things where people are like, hey dog, like it's is this. I'm glad that it's open now, but it still was hurtful when people were children, and they remember getting picked on for having a weird smelling food or the funky looking food.
Yeah, now everybody's serving it and calling it fusion and celebrating it and shit. Roger posted that. Oh, sorry. My family came in the U.S. Philippines 2 years old in grade school. Was only rocking. What was that? I was so embarrassed. All the kids will be eating PB and J and egg salad sandwiches. My mom sent me some container of soupy rice or something. Ugh, awful. Right now you look back. I mean, it's like that slavery chicken thing where it's like I look back, I'll be like, man, I was eating. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me. These niggas just had McDonald's. You can get that anywhere. Anyways, over the years, I've grown to appreciate, be proud of my food, my culture, my sacrificing mom. In fact, when I need comfort food, it ain't cake or pizza I want, but good old ube and adobo fried rice. I really hope I said that right.
The body delicious, baby.
The body remembers. Now, pho isn't Filipino, but it's the same region. So when I saw you, a Black American dude, post a photo of pho, and when I hear you and Karen talk about how much you love dumplings and fried rice, I love it. How great that something that caused so much embarrassment as a child is so loved by other cultures and Americans. Yay. Love, Mary. P.S. If someone is microwaving fish in the office, it's probably a Filipino. My people are savages. Okay. You can say it. I didn't say it. You can say it.
We're like they don't care. They no problem. They don't.
But nah, that is dope, and that's something that I think obviously Asian people and different types of immigrants to America have a different relationship with the type of racist shit, the tactics that they use against y'all are a little bit different in many cases against how they use as Black people, but it's all still fucked up racism, and it's all trying to get you to internalize that racism and be like, it's my fault, or be like, this racism that I'm experiencing is justified in some type of way, and I'm the one who should be ashamed. Meanwhile, these niggas eating the motherfucking salt and pepper to taste egg salad sandwiches,
basic ass shit.
They eating peanut butter and jelly that they mom slapped together in 4 seconds, and you got the leftover
shit,
saucy rice with the fish in it and shit.
Come on,
and you the one feeling bad. Meanwhile, these niggas would pay $15 a plate to sit at your house,
right?
Like you know what I'm saying? Like you would go pay $1.75 for one of the motherfucking egg sandwiches behind the counter at the cafeteria. But you the one feeling bad, man. That's how they trick us, man. They really be putting a number on us.
Yes, they do.
And I refuse to play that game.
I refuse, and that's why. And I really love food, so I'm open up to trying all these new foods and different foods. So yeah, I like the pho and all types of different foods. And I'm not done yet. I'm willing to try just about anything once.
I eat human.
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I went too far. All right. I said, TV and stuff. John says
almost.
TV and stuff. John says, good morning, Rod and Karen. I just a couple random thoughts, questions from this week. One, I know it's a ways off, but curious if you are planning to watch and recap the new Game of Thrones series when it comes out. I just saw the trailer recently. It looks pretty damn good. I predict all the final season haters will immediately be running back to it. LOL. I do wonder if they'll run back.
Some will. Some won't. Just depends on how they feel.
Well, I guess we know it. We're about to find out.
Yeah.
I'll just put it that way. Because maybe they put their money where their mouth is, and they really meant that shit, and they ain't hate this show, and they never coming back. Maybe they really did. I personally was sick of the fans, which was like recapping the last season was so annoying at times. The last couple of seasons.
That's why we stopped doing feedback.
Yeah, because it was like, okay, we get it. You don't like nothing. You hate the show. We're going to have fun, and we want to make a fun podcast. And for me, my personal preference, since this is my show, fun for me is not shitting on the show. I feel not to be dismissive of other podcasts, but honestly, that shit is hack to me. If you like, that means you can't work. That's like if JL Cobain goes, my life is depressing. It's like, well, nigga, everybody's life is depressing. But if you can make your depressing shit funny,
Come on.
that's why you special and different.
I'm here for it, JL.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not the first motherfucker to have
let your depressive light shine.
To get a bad go of it, or to have something not work out right. But if you can turn that shit into something that make people be like, oh, I didn't think of it that way. Or, oh shit, that's hilarious. That's the difference.
Correct.
So like, everyone's watching Game of Thrones, and all these niggas now are recapping Game of Thrones, right? Once that happens, what makes your shit different?
What makes it stand out?
Because no offense to these listeners, but these motherfuckers will listen to anything about Game of Thrones. It don't even gotta be good. I've heard some of the shit.
Yes.
I'm like, this what y'all be listening to? They don't even talking about shit. It's not funny. They not adding nothing to it. It's just, you watch this. Why do you even need to hear what they have to say about the shit?
Correct.
It's the same shit you watched. You know what I mean? But I felt like it was a lane for us where we could be like, fun. It don't even mean we was caping, because there's times where we didn't like stuff, but it was fun. Like, we were like,
still fun.
Hey, we still tuning in next week. No, we're not over. We're not offended. We're not none of that shit. We're like, cool. I see where they coming from. Let's go. You know? And so all that to be said, I was like, I don't want to. I even said, I believe at the time, I was like, if I felt like that Jimmy Butler meme, or that Popeyes meme where they show that work outside with their hands on their knees, I was like,
I was tired.
I'm done.
I'm tired of y'all niggas.
These niggas stop emailing me and da da da. But honestly, enough time has passed.
Right.
I'm hyped.
Me too.
I saw the trailer. I'm excited.
Yeah, I could see us.
Hopefully, honestly, I kind of do hope less people watch it.
Me too.
I hope they were serious when they said they were leaving.
Same.
And if that's true, then hopefully the people that do want to hear us recapping and want to like chime in will be more fun than the people that feel like they're going to write 7 paragraphs on why the book was better than the show. Hey man, I'm down for it. So yes, the plan is to be recapping it. Now it's a little interesting because I think it may overlap some with The Walking Dead. I'm not sure. So we'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Definitely want to recap Game of Thrones coming back. Number 2, are we ever going to get the fabulous Miss Janelle James back on the podcast? She's great on Abbott Elementary, but I always love her appearance here even more. Fingers crossed. Yeah, your fingers and my fingers crossed, man. Janelle is booked and busy.
That's a busy woman.
If she listen, as always, man, you know, our show is here for her to promote anything, period.
She wants to.
But yeah, man. I mean, that would be dope. I'll put it that way. But one of the things about having people that's on the come up is they on the come up. And once it gets to the point where everybody know who they are, like she can't walk down the street.
Right.
I just
It's
don't.
a whole nother level.
I don't know that being able to sit down with us for an hour and a half is even on the table. It's, you know, there's
30, 45 minutes, if that long.
Yeah, exactly. If that long. So I don't know. We'll see. Number 3, hearing that Jack Harlow story, all I could think about was the next song should be back and forth duo with Monique about who loves black women more. Yeah, it could be called I Love Us For Real. But the only problem is you do a back and forth song with Monique, she definitely gonna be saying some wild, reckless shit about him by the end of the song. So he might not want to do that. Finally, when you read the story about the uncle losing and resorting to violence over a video game, all I could imagine was a kid doing the bullet ball tease of my point. P.S. Looking forward to your takes on January 6th hearings if you watched. I thought the first installment was some pretty compelling television. Cheers, John. Man, I hate to let you down on this. I'm not really watching it.
Same.
And I don't even mean I'm not really watching it on some like, y'all shouldn't watch it. My mind is made up. I know they did it. And the main thing for me is like, the new information that comes out will probably come out, you know, people write articles about the new shit. I'll probably read some of those for sure.
Right.
But why I'm in this weird place right now where like I get that it's a TV event, but it sickens me that it's so much consideration is being given to it as a piece of media and not as, you know, the investigation of an insurrection of our fucking country. So
right.
I can't help but I can't take it. I tried watching too. Like I watched a little bit of it. We were working, so I watched as much of it that was left after we were working. So maybe like 20, 30 minutes right when they're wrapping up. Maybe an hour. And then afterwards, you know, and this is MSNBC. So this is the least offensive news station I could watch. Other than well, actually, nope, the black news station don't exist no more. So it's the least offensive news station I could watch talk about this topic. And the giddiness and excitement of like, and these are good people. This not no knock on these people, so please don't take it that way. But of the MSNBC host that they had, they're doing their job and they're very excited because they're political wonks and this is a big political moment. Jam. But it just felt like trivial to me, you know. Even the comments I saw from people on Twitter that were like, they should have used the footage this way. They shouldn't have had to open a statement. They should have did it that way. They should have. It's like, niggas, this is a proceeding. This serious. Like this ain't about like what Q rating is gonna get. Like that feels like Trump shit, being like, how many people gonna watch it? What's the ratings like? Will they switch to another channel? None of that matters right now. Like this shit is so fucked up. There's a couple channels on TV they won't cover it. Right. That's how fucked up we are as a country. That the enemy is literally got their own TV stations masquerading as news. Like, so, and it's like I said, I'm not fussing at you. This isn't condescending. I'm not trying to come down. This is just how I feel about it. So it's hard for me to watch it. Like that I do get upset by. You know what I mean? A lot of shit I let slide and it don't bother me, but I don't know. When I just see people talking about something that's so obviously fucking serious and should have like the gravitas that comes with it, and you just see some motherfucker online telling you like they should have used this type of lighting and shit. And like, get the fuck out of here.
Right. And I know for me personally, I will get the highlights of it, so I don't mind that. But also I think for me personally, it makes me upset. Very, very upset. You know, when you hear it and just to go through the process and stuff like that. So for me, I'm like, Roger, my mind is already made up. There's nothing you can do or tell me to make me change my opinion. What I want is motherfucking results. You know, I understand, you know, you have to do this, put on the books, put on the record, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Let's get it done, nigga. I want people to be held accountable. So that's when I will show up.
And the last thing I'll throw out there too, the thing that I want the most is the thing that's probably the least exciting and probably happening with the most meticulous seriousness and gravitas and all that stuff taken. That is the DOJ investigation, which I'll be shocked if Merrick Garland isn't behind the scenes handling that shit. You know, I saw that nigga get arrested that's running for governor of like Michigan. I was smiling because that, like, the FBI came and got you. You was up in that Capitol building. That's the kind of shit I get excited by, because I'm like, that means somewhere behind the scenes there's something going on federally, legally, that is getting bigger and bigger and bolder, and more people are coming in and having to be taken in. Sentencing for the motherfuckers, I like to see that. So the kind of things I'm paying attention to are not this, because I'm really it reminds me of what I dislike so much about the people I'm aligned with politically, because there's so many of these motherfuckers that really truly think we can make a TV show, basically is what they're looking at this thing as. We can make a TV show that will win this for us. The January 6th committee don't have no real power. They can't put nobody in jail. It's just optics. It makes us feel good. Right. And the worst part of it is these niggas say they want that, but then when they get that, they turn on the people. I'll still never forget how they turned on Kamala Harris. Like Elizabeth Warren too. Like, these are the people that became bigger stars in our politics, because they would be in them committee hearings and they be fucking holding people's feet to the fire, and people would go, yes, that's what we need. And the second they tried to run for something, it was, I don't need that. So to me, it feels so much like shit that don't matter. Not that it don't matter, but it feels like very performative. Not even performative, that's the wrong word. But it's so much about optics.
Yes.
It's so much about optics, but there's no power behind the optics other than the power that we bring to it. And the kind of people that we need to convince that would bring us to actual concrete power are people that either won't watch this shit or can't be fucking bothered. And so all this feels like a show for those people, because I don't know not one person that I fuck with who ain't already like, it was an insurrection. I don't need more proof. I want to see some motherfuckers go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Yep, that's exactly how I feel. And I understand this, this stuff is to appease the people that feel like, you have to put on the show, but not trying to, I don't give a fuck about the show. The show means not a goddamn thing if there's no consequences or repercussions.
Yeah, and it's not triggering into like, I can't watch this violence. That's not it. It just bothers me in that this still won't be enough. And I've already seen people downplaying it after claiming this is what they wanted. Right. Now it's not good enough. Hey, man, shut the fuck up. Like, you don't want this. Y'all just really going to be anti, I don't know. Y'all might as well be Republicans. Christoph says, I had to share this video of Jack Harlow hitting on Sweetie and Doja Cat. So cringe and cute at the same time. All right, let's look at this video. Jack Harlow, man. Wait, 5 minutes. All right.
What's your type?
My type?
Mm-hmm.
Dark hair.
So this white woman rolled her eyes because she's blonde. Okay.
For nominations. How are you feeling about that?
I'm really happy to win all these nominations. And I'm going on stage with Jack Harlow.
Jack, what is up?
Jack, do not say anything sus.
Jack, what has it been like collaborating? Don't step on the
It's okay, you can
train.
step on it, Jack. You Jack Harlow.
But what has it been like collaborating with this genius over here?
You don't want me to say it, do you?
Stop playing. Let's go. Let's go to the next one. Thank you.
Yo,
Thank you.
This dude means so much to me.
Jack.
Look how well he's dressed. This is my dog right here.
You're to London for a girl.
For a
That's
girl?
adorable.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I would.
Can you cook?
No.
Ooh.
Not to worry. Can you?
No.
To worry.
Yo,
I need to charge my phone.
I need to talk to you for a second, though.
What, you know who I am?
Yo, chill out. People thought we were dating because your man apparently looks like me.
Oh my fucking God. How tall are you? Are you 5'10"?
I'm 6'3". Come on.
Oh no, he's actually 6 feet. Shit.
Oh, yeah. 3 inches, man. It's tough.
He's talking to Doja Cat.
Yeah. Hi, you're great.
Hi, you're great. I'm happy you're in here.
Are you Jewish?
I'm not Jewish. Are you?
Yes.
For real?
What the fuck? My wig is coming up. All right, I gotta go. Thanks for this.
Love you. Oh, man. I've had a crush on her for months.
I heard that you're.
All right. I mean, I don't have the hatred for him that other people have, but that's cute.
That's cute and adorable. And I'm not gonna lie, I promise you, within the next 2 months when he come back up, I'm gonna be like, who? All over again.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen.
I'm sorry, y'all. I will not remember his name. I'm gonna let y'all know right now.
They do keep attaching him romantically to all the black women, so I don't know who he's dating and all that. Someone said Taylor Rooks, but as he just said, they've been having him dating Doja Cat. I don't know what's true, what's not. Seemed like a cool guy. Seemed like I ain't never heard him say no wild shit, and I don't hold that not knowing Brandy shit. Brandy and Ray J were brother and sister against them, because a lot of people don't know that.
Right.
That
And
are 24 years old.
He wasn't even born.
Yeah. So, all right, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. Actually, we're gonna have my friend and coworker, Zach Rice on. He wrote on Game Theory. So tune in for that tomorrow. And
What
until
time?
well, now that you asked that, Karen, give me a second and I can tell you. You can watch us live at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll probably be in here playing some music at about 2:30. But yeah, come check us out on Crowdcast. Until then, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everyone.